But she's now launched her range, her lifestyle range, as ever. And there are 8 products, including 11-pound jars of ham.
She once had the world at her feet, crowned with royal prestige and global influence. But today, Meghan Markle is left celebrating a Kardashian Instagram story that didn't even mention her name or her brand. Has the Duchess of Buckingham really been reduced to chasing crumbs of Hollywood clout? When Meghan first launched her lifestyle brand as Ever, you'd think it was going to take over Hollywood. The rollout had all the trimmings, sleek packaging, that faux exclusive vibe, and whispers of limited stock. For a moment, people were intrigued. Curiosity sold out the first drop, not necessarily because of the product, but because everyone wanted to see what the Duchess was cooking up. It was a hype train, and Meghan was riding it hard. But here's the thing, hype fades fast if you don't back it up, and that's where Meghan dropped the ball. The second launch didn't hit the same. She tripled her inventory thinking people would rush in again, but half of it sat there unsold. That's not the sign of a luxury brand. That's the sign of a celebrity vanity project running out of steam. It's almost embarrassing to think she thought people would keep lining up for overpriced wine and jam just because her name was on it. And between you and me, people started noticing she wasn't even using her own products consistently. That's the biggest red flag in branding. If the founder isn't obsessed with it, why should anyone else be? The Kardashians live and breathe their products. Kim is always in Skims. Kylie is always in her lip kits. Meghan? She shows up once in a while with a curated photo and then vanishes for months. That's not brand building, that's dabbling.
Being described as a low-grade reality star in LA. Is that right in your view?
You know, I would probably repeat this.
The scandalous part is how transparent it all looked. This wasn't a carefully built empire. It was a quick attempt to cash in on her royal fame, and audiences can smell inauthenticity a mile away. People were whispering that As Ever was just another cash grab, like the dozens of other celebrity projects that flame out after one flashy launch. The only difference? Meghan thought her Duchess title would keep the spotlight on her. Spoiler alert, it didn't.
Family, she doesn't talk to her family. She uses people and then she never picks up the phone again and when they call. So I don't know, I guess in a way I would say she's reality star level.
What really stung was how quiet the Hollywood elite stayed about it. You'd think with all her connections, some big names would step in and help her push the brand. But nope. The loudest posts were from small-time influencers who got free PR packages. No A-listers, no tastemakers, and definitely no Kardashians giving her the nod. That silence spoke volumes. If As Ever was really as luxurious as advertised, people with real clout would have been showing it off. The fading hype left Meghan in a tricky spot. She wanted to look like a powerhouse brand founder, but instead, she came off like every other celebrity trying to cash in on the wellness luxury trend. The difference is, she doesn't have the work ethic or the staying power to grind it out. She thought scarcity tactics and glossy packaging would carry her. But it turns out, longevity needs more than a title and a dream. The Kardashians aren't just reality stars anymore. They're the gatekeepers of pop culture. With over 1 billion followers combined, they can make or break a brand overnight. Meghan knew this. She wasn't sending those baskets because she thought they'd enjoy the products over brunch. She was playing a bigger game. Get one of them to tag her, and she's instantly part of their billion-dollar world. It was like trying to buy a seat at their table with wine and jam. I can see why she thought it might work. A single unboxing video from Kylie or Kim could have meant thousands of orders flooding her website within hours. We've all seen it happen. Something as small as lip gloss goes viral and sells out in minutes when it has the Kardashian stamp. Meghan wasn't wrong about the power, but she forgot one detail. The Kardashians don't hand out free endorsements. They only hype things that benefit them, not desperate outsiders begging to get in. The saddest part is how obvious her intentions were. Meghan wasn't even trying to hide it. She spent years admiring the Kardashian brand machine from afar, watching their every move, probably taking notes on how they dominate social media. And yet, instead of building her own lane, she tried to piggyback off their empire. It feels less like collaboration and more like clout chasing in the most transparent way possible. And don't think the Kardashians didn't notice. These women know branding better than anyone. They've turned scandals, divorces, and even sex tapes into billion-dollar businesses. They understand desperation when they see it. The idea that Meghan could sneak her way into their world with a pretty package was laughable to them. To the Kardashians, it wasn't luxury. It was amateur hour. And in Hollywood, the smell of desperation is poison. What makes this sting even more is that Meghan once had something the Kardashians couldn't buy: royal prestige. That used to make her untouchable, someone above the Hollywood circus. But by chasing the Kardashian effect, she downgraded herself into just another hustler begging for scraps. It's like trading a crown for a coupon code. She went from being seen as the duchess who could influence nations to the woman praying Khloe Kardashian would say her name online. And honestly, the Kardashian silence says everything. If they wanted Meghan in their world, they would have given her products the full rollout treatment. A staged video, a glamorous tag, maybe even a family shout-out. Instead, Khloe dropped a nameless story that looked like filler content. That wasn't an oversight. That was the Kardashians sending a very clear message. Thanks, but no thanks. Meghan's big PR gamble turned into Hollywood's coldest shoulder.
There's reports that Meghan is going to emulate the Kardashians and become a bit of an Instagram influencer where she can charge a fairly significant fee for each of her posts.
Those gift baskets weren't just baskets. They were Meghan's entire Hollywood strategy wrapped in ribbon. Every single detail was curated to scream luxury. We're talking premium packaging, photogenic layouts, and products carefully arranged to look perfect on Instagram. It wasn't about generosity or friendship. It was a calculated pitch, like slipping your resume under someone's door, but making it sparkle with glitter so they can't ignore it. I've heard from people in the industry that these baskets weren't cheap either. We're talking hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars per package. Meghan was banking on the Kardashian-Jenner family showing them off online, turning her products into the next must-have trend. The irony? The more perfect they looked, the more obvious it was that they weren't gifts at all. They were marketing props. Everyone saw through it.
Invested in some companies and says she supports designers that I have a really good friendship with, and smaller, up-and-coming brands. She says that's one of the most powerful things I'm able to do.
What makes it even juicier is the speculation about how those baskets were received. Hollywood insiders are saying the Kardashians get dozens of PR packages every single day. Designer clothes, makeup collections, luxury candles. Meghan's basket wasn't unique. To them, it probably looked like just another desperate attempt to buy their attention. There are even whispers that the baskets didn't land with the right sister directly, and that's why Khloe's post looked so generic, like she barely knew what she was holding. And think about the timing. Meghan reportedly sent these right around Kylie's birthday, when the whole family was already drowning in attention, gifts, and collabs. Strategically, that was a rookie mistake. Anything Meghan sent would have been buried under the avalanche of luxury hauls Kylie gets daily. If she thought she'd stand out during that circus, she miscalculated badly. It's almost like she didn't understand the Kardashian playbook at all. The real scandal here is how her plan backfired. Instead of coming off as savvy, she looked desperate. Instead of looking generous, she looked transactional. And when Khloe posted the basket without tagging her, it flipped the whole narrative. Meghan went from looking like a smart brand founder to looking like an outsider begging for validation from people who didn't care enough to even say her name. That's Hollywood humiliation 101. In Hollywood, silence is louder than any scandal. And Meghan Markle just learned that the hard way. She sent those gift baskets like golden tickets, hoping for fireworks. And what did she get? Nothing. No unboxings, no captions dripping with excitement, not even a tiny thank you. The only proof they even received her products was Khloe Kardashian's blink and you'll miss it Instagram story. And the worst part? It felt more like filler content than anything remotely intentional. Think about it. Khloe is someone who knows how to milk content. She's done entire stories about snacks, lip gloss, and random skincare. If she actually liked Meghan's products, we'd have seen a full spread. A glass of wine, a caption about how obsessed she is, maybe even a selfie. Instead, she threw up a quick story that disappeared in 24 hours, with zero credit to Meghan or as ever. For a woman who built her brand on name-dropping and tagging, that kind of omission is not an accident. What makes this silence so brutal is the Kardashian standard. They're not afraid to support brands they vibe with, even small up-and-coming ones. Kylie will gush about a new lip gloss she finds at Sephora. Kim will tag some random wellness brand if she thinks it fits her aesthetic. But Meghan? Crickets. That lack of acknowledgement sends a clear message. They don't want their names attached to her brand. It's not indifference. It's rejection dressed up as silence. And the timing couldn't be worse. Meghan desperately needs Hollywood cosigns right now. Her projects have fizzled, her podcast deal evaporated, and her lifestyle brand isn't selling the way it should. A Kardashian stamp could have changed everything. Instead, the silence turned the whole thing into a meme in celebrity gossip circles. Insiders are whispering that Meghan's products look like just another desperate PR drop, the kind assistants usually toss into regift piles. Can you imagine? From Buckingham Palace to the Kardashian junk drawer. Some people even speculate Khloe's vague post wasn't meant as a nod at all. It might have been her casually showing a random haul of stuff lying around, not realizing Meghan would cling to it like a lifeline. That's the most humiliating part. It makes Meghan look like the overeager friend who takes a group photo and then brags they're basically family. The Kardashians, with their silence, made sure she stayed on the outside looking in. In the end, that missing noise became the loudest headline. No one cares if Meghan's products were in Khloe's story. What matters is that they weren't tagged, credited, or celebrated. In Hollywood, acknowledgement is currency. Meghan handed the Kardashians luxury baskets hoping for gold, but they cashed her check in silence. And in an industry built on visibility, being ignored is the most public kind of embarrassment. A tag might seem small, but in the world of influencer marketing, it's everything. It's the golden handshake, the "you belong here" stamp of approval. Without it, Meghan's products may as well not exist. When Khloe posted that story without tagging Meghan or as ever, it wasn't just an oversight, it was a statement. And in Kardashian world, nothing is left to chance. Everything from their selfies to their captions is carefully planned, which means that tag wasn't missing by mistake. It was deliberately left out. Think about what a tag would have meant. A single clickable link on Khloe's story could have sent thousands of fans straight to Meghan's shop. It could have turned a failing launch into a sellout moment. Instead, it was like Meghan's products were invisible props in someone else's content. Followers saw the basket, but they had no idea where it came from or why it mattered. It's the social media equivalent of showing up to a party and not being introduced. Awkward and humiliating. And here's where it gets juicy. Khloe knows exactly what a tag is worth. She's built entire businesses on those tiny blue hyperlinks. Forgetting to tag a brand isn't in her vocabulary, which makes you wonder, did she purposely leave Meghan out because she didn't want to be linked with her drama? Or was it because she knew Meghan wanted it too badly and nothing screams desperation louder than begging for attention? Either way, the choice to ignore Meghan was the harshest snub she could have delivered. There's also speculation that tagging Meghan might have caused drama within the Kardashian empire itself. Kendall was busy promoting her tequila line, Kylie was celebrating her birthday, and Kim always has 3 product launches going at once. Giving Meghan free promo could have overshadowed their own businesses. In that world, every post is political, every shout-out strategic. If Meghan thought she could sneak in during Kylie's birthday week, she miscalculated. No Kardashian is going to risk their brand spotlight for someone who hasn't proven herself. The missing tag also stripped Meghan of any spin. Had Khloe tagged her, Meghan could have played it off as a budding friendship, a subtle endorsement, maybe even a future collab. Without it, all she's left with is a screenshot of her products floating anonymously in a Kardashian feed. That's worse than a no. It's an erasure. And in Hollywood, erasure means irrelevance. One of the juiciest whispers floating around Hollywood is that Meghan's gift basket wasn't even opened by the Kardashians themselves. The theory goes that it got passed around like a hand-me-down, maybe shuffled from one assistant to another, until it finally landed in Khloe's lap. That's why the post looked so random and empty of excitement. By the time it reached her, it wasn't a thoughtful gift anymore. It was just another pile of freebies cluttering up a celebrity kitchen. And honestly, the regifting idea isn't far-fetched at all. Celebrities get showered with so many PR packages that most of them don't even see half of what arrives. Boxes of champagne, skincare kits, candles. Half of it gets sent to friends, makeup artists, or tossed into storage. Meghan probably thought her basket would stand out, but in reality, it might have been tossed to the side like an extra candle set at Christmas. The thought of Meghan's carefully crafted luxury basket ending up in a Kardashian junk pile is as humiliating as it gets. The gossip gets even spicier when you think about the possibility that Khloe didn't even know it came from Meghan. Imagine her scrolling through a bunch of random items lying around after Kylie's birthday party, snapping a quick pic for content, and unknowingly causing Meghan to spiral. Meghan probably screenshotted that story like it was the biggest win of her career, while Khloe might not have even realized she'd just created headlines. That imbalance is what makes it sting. It shows how desperate Meghan was compared to how little the Kardashians cared. Another angle people are whispering about is that Meghan's basket didn't even reach the Kardashians first. What if Kris Jenner, the ultimate PR mastermind, saw it and decided it wasn't worth passing on? Maybe she gave it to a stylist, a cousin, or even a housekeeper. By the time Khloe posted it, the connection to Meghan was gone. If that's true, Meghan's whole strategy backfired before it even started. To Hollywood insiders, that's the ultimate slap in the face, not even making it past Kris's approval filter.
Trying to save the world one pantsuit at a time. It's not really, I think, finding freedom, is it?
Not quite, not quite. It's just such a come down.
The regifting rumors also play into a bigger problem Meghan faces. Her brand doesn't have the exclusivity she thinks it does. In a world where everyone is fighting for a Kardashian mention, her products didn't stand out. If they can be regifted so casually, that means they weren't special enough to keep. That's brutal for someone who wanted to be seen as the next lifestyle queen. It shows that her brand isn't luxury, it's disposable. In Hollywood, the worst thing that can happen to a celebrity isn't being dragged in tabloids, it's being ignored completely. That's exactly what happened to Meghan Markle with her Kardashian stunt. Her products ended up on Khloe's story, but with no tag, no credit, no acknowledgement. It's like showing up to a red carpet event and finding out your name isn't even on the guest list. For someone who once had the world screaming her name, that kind of silence cuts deeper than any headline. What makes this sting even more is how intentional it felt. The Kardashians don't forget to tag. They know exactly what they're doing with every post. Leaving Meghan uncredited wasn't sloppy. It was deliberate. It's almost like they wanted her to know she's not in their circle. And in Hollywood, that kind of subtle rejection spreads fast. People start whispering, if the Kardashians won't touch her brand, why should anyone else? Criticism at least keeps you relevant. If tabloids are bashing you, you're still part of the conversation. Meghan doesn't even have that luxury here. She's being treated like background noise. Her product's sitting in the frame with all the importance of a decorative candle. Imagine the humiliation of pouring money and effort into a luxury launch only for it to be glanced over as if it doesn't matter. That silence isn't just embarrassing, it's career-killing. Hollywood thrives on perception. If you're ignored publicly, it signals to others that you're not worth the attention. Meghan went from commanding global headlines to begging for influencer crumbs, and being denied even those. That missing tag wasn't just shade, it was a warning to the whole industry. Meghan Markle doesn't move the needle anymore.
She was on a crusade to make the world a better place originally, but now she's told it that she's using her royal glamour to promote clothes, and especially bags. She's even invested in some companies.
At this point, Meghan's trajectory looks less like a glamorous reinvention and more like a slow-motion crash. Every attempt to claw back relevance feels cheaper than the last. She had prestige, she had power, she had the ear of the world. Now, she's hustling for influencer crumbs, and the Kardashians couldn't even be bothered to tag her. If that's not a sign of how far she's fallen, I don't know what is. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.